That was strangely fun. It's like piddling down halfway through, but it's how would you want it mindset. All those reps, when it's pissing down and cars were driving past me looking at me with no shirt on thinking what the fuck is this muppet doing? Mindset. I'm out here doing it with no shirt on because I left my shirt down the bottom of the hill. I don't give a shit. How things can change. So it's Monday the 10th of July. Getting back into proper Berlin marathon training this week. So 10k easy today. Going to do the hilly route just because the other route I've done like 3-4 times the last couple of days, so just to change it up a bit. Rain's quite heavy. It's quite warm though, so I'm just going to go out in the long sleeve t-shirt. If I get wet, I can have a shower when I get home. But yeah, just 10k today, nice and easy. First session tomorrow, which I'm a little bit nervous about. More so just because I don't know how. I've never really done like obviously a session in like 2-3 weeks, and I'm not sure how the hamstring will cope with it. But yeah, we'll see. I'll take the camera tomorrow. I'm toying with the idea of taking the drone tomorrow. I just don't know if I can get it working to follow me as I run. But anyway, sort that out. So it rained a bit more than what I expected. I literally left the house, come back in, got the jacket on. But that was fun. It's been a long time. Dog's trying to give me a cuddle. Hello, baby. It's been a long time since I've run in the rain. Obviously the heat that we've had recently, to run in that rain, like really sort of refreshing. But the problem is I'm wearing, even though it's a thin jacket, I've got a t-shirt on underneath obviously. It's still hot outside, so you're getting hot with the rain, but then you're sweating because you've got a jacket on as well. But that's the 10k done. Details for it here. Dodging a few puddles down the canal. Session tomorrow. If it rains, obviously won't be able to take the drone. But you'll see soon if I manage to get the drone up and working. See you in a bit. Hello, join me on Tuesday 11th of July. First session in 2 weeks. Obviously since I've done whatever I've done to the leg, knee, hamstring, whatever it was. 10 times 2 minutes today, so it should be around about 600 meters reps. Aiming for around about 325 to 330. But I may change the pace if it starts hurting early on. Going to the park where I went last time. In the Adios 6s. Yeah, big loud car, but in the Adios 6s. Not agreeing with the Bostons. These have never been like my favourites, but I get a bit more of a reaction out of them, so I'll see you at the park. So that's warm up done. It's a bit soggy, a bit damp. Obviously no drone just because of the threat of rain. So 2k warm up. It should be about 1 lap per rep. Obviously because of the leg, if at any point it comes uncomfortable, I'll just call it. It's not worth pushing in this early one. This is just sort of the lightest sort of volume of individual rep that I do. So if I feel okay, I'll keep going. If I don't, I'll either slow down or cut the reps. Is what it is. But we'll get going. I'll meet you at 5 reps in. It's rep 5 done. Take a walk rest here. I've definitely lost some sharpness. Right, this is about my 5k pace, and my heart rate's like near max. So I lost some sharpness, but not too big of an issue. I did say at the time that I thought the injury probably puts an end to 245. I felt like I needed no breaks, no injuries, consistent like 16 weeks. But we'll see how it develops over the next 11 weeks. 250 is probably a more sensible goal. I think I always thought that it was. But but we'll keep training for a 2:45 and then see how we feel 3 weeks out, like I've always said. If I don't think I can do it 3 weeks out, we'll reduce the goal. But I've got a minute left recovery, so I'm going to catch my breath and I'll touch base at the end. These were the first 5 reps. See you in a bit. That's the last rep done. Tough, man. It's more of a recovery shuffle than a jog. 2 minutes recovery now, which I'm going to take as a walk, and then 2k jog home. Good session. I'll put all the splits on the screen. First 5k, or first 5 reps, second 5 reps. Yeah. Supposed to be doubling, so should be another 8k tonight, but we will see how the legs feel. Pardon me, see how the legs feel. Get some SAS recovery, get the compression leggings on, get my feet up. I'm off this week, so yeah, we'll see how I feel later. Try and get the 8k done, maybe sort of really late this evening, like 8-9 o'clock. But yeah, a lot depends on how my legs feel. Don't want to rush back after the injury, so anyway, I've got 45 seconds of the recovery left, so I'm going to get into a gentle jog and good session. I'll catch you in a bit. Good morning, welcome to 13th of July. I'm going to guess it's 13th of July. Hill sprint session today. A bit of a difficult one to explain. Basically 200 meters up, 200 meters down, 5 times, then a 2-minute rest. Do that 4 times for a total of 20 200 meter efforts up, 200 meter recoveries down. Yeah, I've never actually done a hill sprint session before. I'm incorporating them in this block purely just because it's another way to get strength in. And let's face it, I'm rubbish at hills. So on a 3k warm up now to the designated hill is. I'll time lapse it, see how it comes out. It might not come out too good, but we'll see. Yeah, if you've watched the other Berlin vlogs, you'll know this is a change of structure. I'm not doing loads of mini 1-minute videos from my office saying what the run is, because, well, let's face it, I think they're not really adding any value to the videos. So you're basically just going to see the main. My Garmin just says I'm -4 daily condition. Anyway, so you'll mainly see the main workouts for Tuesday, Thursday, and a long run, and then I will add in what the other days were. So you would have seen the double from Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. Yesterday was this. I've done a 13k easy run. Obviously, we've got this session today, and then we also have a double later, which is a 6k, which I actually will do as late as possible. I'm probably going to get my hair cut, because it'll be my last chance to get my hair cut before graduation, which is 24th of July, which is what, a week, 2 weeks, Monday just gone. I've explained that terribly. But I'll see you at the hill, and then we'll get this session done. Blisters are starting to flare up again, which is obvious, but for some reason the Adios 6s don't bother them at all. So I might run in these more because these are comfortable. So fair play. Anyway, see you at the hill. So we're at the hill in question. It's not too steep, it's more of a gradual incline, but it's on a quiet part of the sort of the countryside, so it is what it is. Yeah, I'll probably get just out of view by 200 meters. I could arguably move it up the hill a bit more, if that makes sense. I'll put a clip of the video. I could probably move it, a clip of the hill now. I could probably move it up if I want more severe hills, but I could definitely move it up to sort of the top half and start it there rather than start it down here. But we'll see how the first few go. I'm going to take my shirt off because it's getting quite warm, and then set up the time lapse for the hill. Five reps done. Bit difficult because there's a few cars. I appreciate the camera's not the best either. I'm going to take the camera to the top so you see that side as well, and I might merge them together later. I don't know what the paces are. I'll put them on the screen at the very end. I've got a minute's rest and then we'll back up. But it's warm. It's not too steep a hill. You'll see from the other end, there's a bit of a kick at the very end. Like this is the first bit's quite gradual, then there's a bit of a kick, which does hurt. That's where it's getting hard. Obviously I'd imagine sort of reps 15 onwards, that's going to be very difficult. But I've got to do basically that 3 more times. 40 seconds rest. So I didn't bring a drink because I don't like running with a drink, even if it's only 3k. 20 seconds left. Sort the camera out, leave my t-shirt down here, and then we get up. Let's go! Cars becoming a little bit of trouble as well. It was very close then. I feel alright, feel good, feel strong. The hill's not severe enough where my legs are burning by the end of it, which is it's probably not a good enough hill for this, but with it being my first hill supplement session, don't want to kill myself. But I paused this in the middle of a 2-minute recovery, so I'll put the camera back down, recover, rest, and then come back up for the third set of 5. Starting to get a bit of a stitch, but that's the nature of start-stop. I've got like the tiniest piece of, feels like gravel in between my 2 biggest toes on my right foot that's got into my sock somehow. It's not causing any blisters, but it's annoying. Feel it rattling. Last 5 and then we're done. That was strangely fun. It's like piddling down halfway through, but it's how would you want it mindset. All those reps, when it's pissing down and cars were driving past me looking at me with no shirt on thinking what the fuck is this muppet doing. Mindset. I'm out here doing it with no shirt on because I left my shirt down the bottom of the hill. I don't give a shit. Doing it for me, for my mental health. Unbelievable, I feel really, really good. I'll put all the reps up on screen. I'm just on the way down to my t-shirt now, and then we got 2-minute rest, and then like just over 3k home. Obviously doubling later, so I will put the double up on screen now. So yeah, see you in a bit. I just realised as well that in that last little bit, that was the first time I've ever swore on the channel, so I apologise if that offended anyone, but as you can imagine, I've just been running in a storm. I got a bit excited. Right, let's go. Cool down. It's a long run day, it's windy. Plan for today is 13k easy warm up, and then 11k at marathon heart rate. We're not going to go for the pace, we're going for heart rate, which is about 170 to 175 for me. I've got 1 gel, which is the new naked torque one. I'll have that just before the marathon pace section. But yeah, just interested to see what my current marathon fitness is. If I do marathon heart rate, what does that relate to? I think I'd be happy with anywhere around 4 minutes per kilometre, and that gives me sort of 8 seconds to sort of gain, if you like, in the next 8 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever it is. Can't remember now. 10 weeks, I think. Yeah, 10 weeks. So put my gel down here next to my bottle, and then we'll get on the warm up. I probably need to stop somewhere for a toilet break because I didn't go before I left the house because I'm a numpty. But it's just before 10. Probably wanted to get out a bit earlier, but I tried to sort of keep the same routine as in terms of time on the morning of a race. I've just done it all about an hour later. So yeah, we'll get going and see how this goes. See you in a bit. Remember a few videos ago when I done a rain dance I wish I never have. Every run this week's been in the rain. Oh, I'm only 3k in, I'm soaked already. Oh well, let's get it done. Good test, see if the GoPro's waterproof. That's all done. We're about 100 metres from the bottle, but I'm on like 12.95, so I paused it. I'll walk to the bottle, have a quick sip, have my gel, and then we'll get going for the 11k marathon effort, and then 5k cool down after that for 29k today. Yeah, a bit weird that. Got absolutely piddled on in the first 10-15 minutes, and now I'm pretty much dry. It's crazy British weather at the minute. Climate change is mad. But yeah, my bottle's just over there by that lamppost. But yeah, a bit nervous about this, not sure. I mean, obviously it's only marathon effort, I'm not chasing a pace, but still I'm nervous to see where my fitness is at marathon pace wise. I've not run marathon effort or marathon pace since Manchester, so April. I've not done anything like marathon based fitness wise, it's all been slower or quicker. So yeah, this is going to be a bit interesting to see just quite where my marathon fitness is, but we'll see how it is. So, Talk Naked Gel, let's see. Get a tab with it. Yeah, it's not bad. It tastes just like a Morton, really. No flavour, nice. Yeah, they're in rotation. They're quite nice, them. I don't think there's still there is a little bit of a taste, but not as strong or as potent as like a flavour, if that makes sense. Right, so let's get going then. 11k. We've got 5 meters left of like the warm up, which we just beat to get up to pace, and then we're in. See you halfway round maybe. See you in a bit. 2k in, we've had a 4:04 and a 3:58. Heart rate's good. I'm getting into that groove now. This is where my strength is as a runner. Getting into these sort of marathon efforts and being able to hold them is where I am strongest. This is my strong point. So we'll see how this develops. But at the minute, I feel quite strong. Heart rate's under control. So bit of a hill now in the 3rd kilometre, and it's downhill for like a couple, then uphill. So touch base in a bit. Okay, 3:55 for that one, 3:59 for the last one. Feeling the rhythm now. If you know, you know.
Feel the rhythm! Feel the rhyme!
Over halfway now. K6, K5 is 3:50. K6 is 3:54. We're on the uphill section now, so pace might slow a bit, but I want to maintain that heart rate, that effort. Touch base in number 2. 7 and 8, 4:01, 3:51. Heart rate a little bit higher on that last one, so just got to manage it. It's 178 currently, so a little bit out of my marathon pace heart rate. So we'll just watch that for the last 3. Touch base at the end of this section. That's the last 3 done. How many paces got a couple on screen. A bit high on that last one, but I was into the wind. Just to jog back to the bottom now, about 200 metres. Quick drink and 5k cool down. But I'll have a chat when I get to my bottle. I'm back at the bottle. That felt alright. Felt quite strong to be fair. I'm probably, I mean, I'll have to have a look at the numbers and I'll edit this out if it's not, but I'm probably around about 250 shape. 250, 252 shape based on effort and what paces I was hitting. Which is not bad considering I've got like, what, really 8 weeks of training before I taper to get that down. And I've only got to find, what, about about 5 to 8 seconds, well maybe about 10 seconds max per kilometre. That's not incredibly difficult to do in 8 weeks, but again, we'll train for a 2:45. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come. I'd feel quite confident after today that if I'm not confident of a 2:45, that I'd be really confident of a 2:50 at least. And I'm very, very confident if I don't get injured and nothing goes wrong on race day that there's a PB in there. So that's at least 2:56. The rain's played havoc. Obviously Prime X's, because they're wet, we've rubbed and I've got blisters on well, what feels like blisters on my heel. But well, not finish my drink, but have a little bit more of a drink, and then a 5k cool down, and then that is this done. Yesterday, I didn't show you, but I've done a 13k easy run. I'll put that on the screen now. Tomorrow will be like a 6-8k recovery run. Yeah, just depending on what I actually need to hit my target for the week. But that'll be a recovery run tomorrow before I pack and travel. Well, I'll be packing tonight before I travel to Manchester tomorrow, which will be good because it's a change of scenery, bit of a boost in motivation, different runs and stuff. But yeah, right, I'll have a bit of a drink, cool down, and then I'll probably see you at the end of the very video when I talk about next week. So that's it. Today is the last day in Manchester. I've literally not touched this GoPro since the day I got here. I've just not had time to, it's been hectic. But today's my last working day in Manchester, and then I'll be back home. So today's Friday, no it's not, it's Thursday the 3rd of August. I'll take the GoPro on a run and I'll try and explain what has happened the last 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and put it all into one big video, and then we'll start fresh with Berlin peak marathon training next week. But yeah, videos will return. I just literally not had time. I've not even edited like a video from 4 weeks ago, so yeah, we'll get to it, but thank you for bearing with me. Hope everyone's well. Yeah, let's get Berlin marathon training nailed now. 4 big weeks left, and then a taper. Let's go. Welcome back to the countryside. So back on my usual paths. Today is Friday no it's not Friday, Sunday the 6th of August. I'm just on a fasted 10 miler. Obviously marathon peak starts tomorrow. Just to update what happened the last 3 weeks. Obviously in Manchester working away. It was more like, I think it was about 18, 19 days. Just shy of the 3 weeks. But every run was down, well every run bar like 3 was down the same route down the canal in Manchester, and it was mentally challenging. So before we get too much into this, it's probably worth mentioning that I'm not going to go through every run. So if you did want to see that, I'll put my Strava on the screen. It's open, you can see everything, and you can go through my last 3 weeks of running, because I'm not going to go through every run, just the main ones. So obviously I travelled to Manchester on Sunday 16th of July. My first real session was on the Tuesday. Went on the track with a few people. We done 8 times 800 metres, and now I was aiming for around about 2 minute 45 reps, which was around about 325 per k. Session went really well. I felt really strong. All the splits are here. It was an unbelievable session. Adios 6s, lovely track. Yeah, I felt really strong. That Thursday I done a tempo session on the treadmill. I just couldn't find a tempo route. I'll put some pictures up of the canal, but the canal it wasn't safe to run quick on. The cobbles were uneven. Would have been a bit dangerous to run like tempo. So we done it on a treadmill. Felt good. Treadmill wasn't the right pace. I think I was running about marathon pace. But obviously indoors heart rate's higher and things like that, and treadmills aren't always accurate. That Saturday I done my first 20 mile of the plan, all easy, all in the pissing down rain. But yeah, that was 32.2k down the canal, nice and easy, kept it nice and safe as I could on the cobbles. And that whole week I think it was 118, but that was a good first week in Manchester, to be fair. 2 really good sessions. Although the treadmill wasn't what I wanted, I got what I wanted out of it, like volume and intensity wise. First 20 miles of the plan went well. Legs were tired the day after, but yeah, they're always going to be tired after your first 20 miles of the plan. So week 2 in Manchester was when I started getting a little bit off plan. Monday I graduated. Tuesday I was back home to get the car because I needed the car in Manchester for a few days. So I used the local park. It was supposed to be 20 times 300. I felt awful. I got 10. I felt faint, I felt dizzy. I've not felt that bad in a long time. I feel like I may have been ill. There's a bit of COVID going around in work. I feel like I may have had that, but just not been shown too many symptoms. Because the Thursday, I was supposed to do a 6k tempo. Well, 6k tempo in a 15k run. And I just, my heart rate was 185 and I was barely going marathon pace. So whether it was fatigue or just I was ill, just the paces weren't there at all. I was supposed to do a 34k longer on that weekend with marathon pace scattered in, but I just changed it, spread the volume over 2 days and went 20k on Saturday, 20k on Sunday. I put all those details up on the screen of all those runs at the weekend and put the camera away because I'm on a hill. Ooh. I also took an unintentional rest day the Friday of that week. Just I couldn't get it in because of work, it was just so busy. So yeah, I think I hit 100k for the week, which was still decent, but it wasn't the 120 or so I'd planned for, but it is what it is. And then we're into this week, which is recovery week. So it was all easy. All the easy runs this week. I've scattered. I put one effort in, which was the Friday, which is the day I got back. So I got back home, went on a tempo run, 16k, 5k easy, 7k tempo, 3k easy cool down. Set a new 5k PB, which I didn't expect. 18:23. I didn't expect that, but it shows that maybe I was ill last week because I've come back this week and I wouldn't say I'm flying, that's the wrong word, but I feel much better. Paces felt there. So we'll see on Tuesday in the 6x3 minute session. But yeah, that's Manchester done. 2.5 weeks, pretty much, 3 weeks. So next week is 130k planned. I'll put the plan up on the screen now. Some good sessions in there. I've got 4 weeks and 2 days pretty much of my peak, and every week is getting longer. So I've got 130, 132, 134, 136, and then like a good sort of 2-3 days where I'm probably getting 30k volume in before taper. So yeah, long runs are getting serious now, but I'm looking forward to it. These next 4 weeks are really going to show me what shape I'm in. I have no idea at the minute. I think I'm somewhere between, or I could be anywhere between 244 and 253, genuinely. Anywhere in between there. I've not done enough marathon paced efforts to know where my body is with that. I think that's probably it for this video. Yeah, so I'll see you I'll see you next week, but I'll see the camera tomorrow on the start of marathon peak training for Berlin. See you in a bit. Have a good weekend, have a good week, have a good whatever. Sorry it's been so long, sorry this video's been so long. See you in a bit.